Welcome back to Abhidhamma class. Let's start our today's Abhidhamma study. Paying homage to the Buddha. Let's recite Namo Tassa 3 times together. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So in lesson 42, we have classified 28 materialities, which is the third ultimate reality, into different types according to their name and also according to their group. For example, we recognize Patavi Dhatu, Abo Dhatu, Tejo Dhatu, Vayu Dhatu, etc. into 28 types, 28 matters. We make them into the group. So the first group is great essential and five sensitivity, etc. Divided into 11. So 11 group, 28 matters, we got their name. And also some information about their name and their nature. In today's lesson, we are going to study about the classification of matters into different types. We will classify the matters into different types. So this is the second session of chapter 6 in Abhidhamma Sangha. So chapter 6 talking about the ultimate reality of matters, divided into 5 sections. The first one, enumerate the material phenomena. So we have finished. And the second one, the classification of matter. So this is the second one. We will classify into different types. And the third one, Rupa Samutthana Neya. The third section will deal with the origination of matter. And the fourth section, the grouping of material phenomena. So we will talk about there, about the material cluster, how they arise in the group. And the last session, Rupa Bodhikama, the occurrence of the material phenomena, how they occur and when they start their occurrence and when they stop. So in this session, as a second session, we will classify material phenomena into different types. But before we classify into manifold types, we can identify the 28 materialities as a single fold. So matter can be regarded as a single fold in their nature. In their nature, because if they share the same nature, we can understand all materialities share the same nature. So matter from that standpoint is only one or a single feather because they share the same nature. So here, the first one is rootless. All matters is rootless, ahetuka. So by the word ahetuka, the hetu is already understand. Hetu is root. So there's no root for materialities. This means the associated root, we can say the associated root, because the root, in the other hand, we can understand the condition. So materialities arise due to the condition, but they have the condition, but they don't have the associated root. That is why all matter is rootless. In Pali, we can say ahetuka. In the nature of ahetuka, in the nature of being rootless, all matter are only one types. All metals are rootless. That is why they share the nature of rootless. And the metals with condition, sapacaya. So sa and pacaya. Sa, here we can translate sa with, and pacaya is condition. So sa pacaya with condition. So without condition, the matter cannot arise. That is why all matters are with conditions, and all matter are subject to tense. So we will discuss more about the meaning of the words ahituka, sapacaya, asawa. So here in this slide, we will count it. So all rootless, all with condition, all subject to tense, asawa. And sankata, they are conditional. So actually, they are conditional by their causes. So with condition, and also they are conditional. And all matters are mundane, logia. And all matters are pertaining to the sense sphere. So if we count it, Kama Vachara, Rupa Vachara, or Arupa Vachara, what ultimate reality are? How many ultimate realities are included in the Kama Vachara, Rupa Vachara, Arupa Vachara, or Lokuttara? If we classify in this way, all matters are included in the sense sphere, Kama Vachara. They are pertaining to the sense sphere Dhamma. All are Kama Vachara. There's no Rupa Vachara in Rupa. We will talk about that. And objectless. There's no object taken by the materialities. So the matters are objectless, anaramana. And also the materiality cannot be abandoned. So all materialities are not to be abandoned, abhadaba. So we cannot abandon materialities. In this way, here, as a single fold types, we can name materiality in 8 ways: ahituka, sapacaya, sasawa, sankata, lokiya, kamavachara, anaramana, and apahadaba. So in 8 nature, the materialities is single fold. It means all materiality share this nature. So this is the way how we can recognize materiality as single fold. From these 8 standpoints, we can say materialities are the same, or ahituka, or sapacaya, etc. Then materiality can be manifold. But before we continue to the manifold types of the classification, I will explain about the meaning of how the materialities are regarded as the ahituka, regarded as rootless, ahituka. All materialities are rootless because it does not associate with either the wholesome, unwholesome, or intermediate roots. So in chapter 3, we have discussed about the roots. There are 6 roots. 6 roots: lobha, dosa, moha. Alobha, adosa, amoha. So lobha, dosa, and moha are 3 roots of unwholesome. Alobha, adosa, amoha are the roots related to the wholesome and intermediate nature. So they all, lobha, dosa, moha, alobha, adosa, amoha, are mental concomitants or mental fetters. That's why they can associate with the consciousness, and they can arise together with the other mental fetters, but they don't have the nature to associate with the materiality. Actually, the materiality does not have the nature of association. So only the mental phenomena and consciousness and mental fetter concerned with the association system. That is why all fruits does not associate with materiality, and also materiality does not associate with mentality, including roots. That is why all matters are rootless. If you study the Bhatana, you will see this Vipayutta Pachaya. So the association is Sampayutta, the opposite side Vipayutta. So Vipayutta means the all materiality with mentality. They are not associated each other. That is why Vipayutta. So here also, being the materiality is another ultimate reality from the roots. They cannot associate each other. So all materialities are rootless. They don't have associated roots. And the second one, all matter is with condition, sapajaya, and because it arises dependent on four causes. Four causes will be discussed in the next class, in the next lesson, talking about the origination of materiality. So here, the all matter with condition, because without condition, they cannot arise. So what they arise depend on four causes, four condition. And all matter subject to tense. Here, we have to understand that tense is asava. Asava will be classified into four by their name in the chapter 7. But in the ultimate reality, there are only three. So reference to the mental fetters of lobha, deti, and moha. Three mental fetters are named as the asava or tense. The asava takes here the asava for tense, but if we refer to the ultimate reality, we get only three. The tense takes the materiality as their objects. So all materialities are tense, subject to tense, the object of tense in the other hand. And number 4, the matter is conditioned, sankhata. Conditioned here in this case, I make a mistake in the slide where I share with you. Okay, so here, because it is conditioned by the four causes, same as the sapajaya, so condition, sankhata. And all matters are mundane. All matter is mundane, lokiya, because there's no lokotara. There's no lokotara. Lokotara here, the lokiya is under the area of the clinging aggregate. This is called lokiya. And lokotara is something that transcends the wall of five aggregates, five clinging aggregate. So in some citta and cittasika, if we count the mentality and some citta, so lokotara citta, 4 mega and 4 phala. These 8 are regarded as the lokotara, but the materiality, for the materialities, all matters is mundane. only the mundane. That's why in the nature of mundane, all are in the same types. Then all matter is pertaining to the sense sphere, kama vachara. You may think about that. In rupa vachara realms, also some Brahma of rupa vachara realm belong to the some materialities. So materiality can arise and exist in the five material plane of existence. But although the matter can arise in the five material plane of existence, it pertains by its nature, the sense sphere. And because it is the object of sensual craving, so in the five material sphere, in the process of Brahma, there's no sensual craving. So the Brahma, although the Brahma have the materiality, they don't develop sensual craving to any materiality. So that is why materiality is not the object of, materiality is the object of only the sensual craving, not five material craving, etc. That is why all matter is regarded as the sense sphere, kama vachara. So here you have to understand the all matter is the kama vachara, sense sphere. And if we remember what we have discussed in the chapter 3, classification of the object. So there, if we classify the object into different types, kama vachara object or rupa vachara object, arupa vachara object, etc., and also including the concept and nibbana. So all the materialities are included under the classification of kama vachara objects because its nature is sense sphere, only related to the sense sphere. This is how the matters becomes the sense sphere, so being the object of sensual craving. Then all matter is objectless, anaramana. It means the cannot know the object or cannot recognize the object. And also only the consciousness have the ability to take the object. So some manifestors follow to the consciousness and they take the object. But the materiality cannot take the objects. That is why all materiality is objectless, anaramana. They cannot take object. They have no power to take an object or to know the object. So after death, the remaining body cannot know the object. Although the iron sensitivity, they arising together, the visible form and iron sensitivity, they touch each other. Just touching, the iron sensitivity cannot take that object or visible form. Due to the touching, the iron consciousness arises. The only iron consciousness, being a matter phenomena, can take the visible form as it is object. So the matter is objectless. And for the last, the abhadaba, all matter is not to be abandoned. So we cannot abandon. We can say that we can throw away the materiality, group of materiality, but we cannot abandon. It does not mean the abandonment, just moving around. So here, the abandon mean we have to understand the defilements are to be abandoned, the nature of defilement. So when we practice meditation and we can abandon with the attainment of the first enlightenment, first stage of enlightenment, Sotapaddi Magga Jnana. 2, kilesa of wrong view and Vicikiccha, doubt. These 2 can be abandoned. 2 defilements can be abandoned. But by the practice, we cannot abandon the materialities, any materialities. So that is why all matter is not to be abandoned, apahatapa. So they all have this nature. That's why, but from the standpoint of not being to be abandoned, all matter are the same types. So they cannot be abandoned by 4 supramundane paths. This is, we cannot abandon, how we cannot abandon the materiality. This is the single fold. How we can recognize materiality as single fold. Okay, so we will continue to the manifold or different types. And we can classify materialities as internal and external. Some materialities are internal, Ecchatika Rupa, and some are external, Bahira Rupa. And some are base materialities. Some materialities are base, and some are not base, Uttu Rupa and Auttu Rupa. And some are doors, and some are not doors, Dwara Rupa and Adwara Rupa. Some are faculties, and some are not faculties. So Indriya Rupa and Anindriya Rupa. Some are gross, Oladika Rupa, and some are subtle, Sukma Rupa. Some are proximate, Sandiki Rupa, or distant, and some are distant, Dure Rupa. And some are impinging in Sapadika Rupa, and some are not impinging in Apadika Rupa. And some are clung to Upadana Rupa, and some are not clung to Anupadana Rupa. Some matters are visible, some are non-visible. So what we can see is only the visible form. That is the Sanitasana Rupa, and the others are Anitasana Rupa. And 10 is the material phenomena that takes object, Gochara Kahika Rupa, and material phenomena that do not take object are Gochara Kahika Rupa. And the last classification, some materiality are inseparable. They always arise together. They cannot be separated. That is why they are inseparable Rupa, Avinipoka Rupa. And some are separable. We can divide it. So Vinipoka Rupa. In this way, in the second session of chapter 6, it is mentioned the 11 group of 11 way of classification into manifold. But we were at 5 more ways, which is described in the first session of Abhidhamma Sangha in chapter 6. So in first session, I have introduced the Nibbana Rupa and Anibbana Rupa. So some are Nibbana Rupa, concretely produce matter, and some are not concretely produce matter. In this way, we were at the classification to complete the manifold classification. So here we have to study the 11 way of manifold classification. And let's talk about the meaning, how they classify and how many rupa are in which group. So the first classification is internal and external. So internal 5, external 23. So altogether 28. So 28 matter are divided into 2 groups of internal and external. Internal 5 and external 23. In this way, you have to study to remember how many are internal and how many are external. And also, what are the internal and what are the external? So internal are the 5 sensitivity. First of all, before you study the classification of matter into different types, you have to finish or you have to exercise to expert counting the materiality in their name. So first session. After the first session, you continue to the second session, this lesson 43. So the 5 sensitivity, Pasada Rupa 5, are internal, regarded as internal according to Abhidhamma, and the rest 23, the remaining 23 materialities are regarded as external. So only the 5 sensitivity, so eye sensitivity, ear sensitivity, etc. Only 5 are regarded as internal. In this case, you may think about that, oh, we have the other materiality as internal or in our body, inside the body. But actually, this classification is not from that standpoint. So considering the beneficial to us, very beneficial to us, the 5 sensitivity are very beneficial to us. They are regarded as internal. So like the internal person. So when we talk about the person as he is internal person, so we can understand he is beneficial to us. So the only beneficial are called internal. So that's why the 5 sensitivity very beneficial to us to see or to hear or to smell, to taste, to feel the touch. So they are very beneficial. That is why they are regarded as the internal, and the rest are not that beneficial like the 5 sensitivity. That is why the others are regarded as external, although they arise inside the living being. So we have to know the only 5 internal. And the next classification, base Uturupa and not base Uturupa, only 6. So the first group, only 5, and adding the hard base, Hariawatu, so hard base, becomes 6 are the base. The materiality of base. We already studied this. There are 6 base in the chapter 3. So Chakuwatu, Sotawatu, etc. And the last one is Hariyawatu. So in this way, only 6 are Watu because they are the seed of consciousness. Base means the seed of consciousness. So eye sensitivity is the seed of eye consciousness. Ear sensitivity being the seed of consciousness, ear consciousness, they are regarded as the base. So in this way, we get the 6 materiality as the base materiality. So Vatu Rupa. The rest 22 are not base. So we have to remember the classification. And so to remember easily, we have to find the reason why they are recognized in these ways. So 2 groups is finished. The first group, 5 and 23. Second group, 6 and 22. Then, so you have to remember the 6, and only the 5 sensitivity and hard base. And the third group will be easy if you remember. So here, removing the Hariyawatu again, the 5 sensitivity with the intimation, bodily intimation and Baba intimation, Vinyati Rupa. So only 7 are door, the materiality of door. The others are not door, Adwara Rupa, so the rest 21. Then So the Dwara also, we have already studied the Dwara Sangaha, Chakku Dwara, Sota Dwara, Gana Dwara, Jingwa Dwara, Kaya Dwara. So, and Mano Dwara. Here, the Mano Dwara is not related to the materiality. It is only the 19 types of Bhavanga, Mano Dwara. That is why the 5 Dwara, 5 doors related to 5 sensitivity. But what about the intimation, Vinyati Rupa? How can be the doors? How can be when they are regarded as the doors materialities? Although they are not included in the chapter 3. So Chakku Dwara, Sota Dwara, Gana Dwara, Jingwa Dwara, Kaya Dwara, and Mano Dwara. So Mano Dwara is not related to the materiality. So why the intimation, Vinyati Rupa are regarded as the doors? So here it mentioned that they are the doors of Karma. Vinyati Rupa too. They are the doors of Karma. So if we perform anything by body, if we do something by our body, there Kaya Vinyati is there. Being the door of Karma, Kaya Vinyati is there. If we talk something, Vachi Vinyati is there, being the cause of Karma. So we perform by body, by bubble, so the action. So that's why being the door of Karma, the two intimation are regarded as the door materiality. So, okay, the first one, the 5 sensitivity, they are regarded as the door materialities because they are the door of cognition. So through the eye consciousness arise. Through the ear sensitivity, ear consciousness arise. In this way, being the door of cognition or being the door of consciousness, they are regarded as the door materialities. And for the second group, bodily intimation and vocal intimation, they are the doors of action. So the door of Karma, the door of action. So being the channel of our action. So we understand the 7 types regarded as the doors materiality, and the rest 21 are not the door materiality, not doors. Then faculties, Indriya Rupa and Anindriya Rupa. Indriya Rupa faculties. So 8 faculties, 5 sensitivity. Every group 5 sensitivity there. And sexual phenomena or Bhava Rupa, masculinity and femininity. And life phenomena, Jivita Rupa, altogether 8. The 8 materialities are regarded as the faculties. So faculty means something have the controlling power. They can be regarded as the faculty. So what about the 5 sensitivity? How they have the controlling power? So here, in respective function, eye sensitivity have the controlling power in seeing, the function of seeing. The function of seeing is done by the eye consciousness, but there, the materiality of eye sensitivity have the controlling power. Without the eye sensitivity, the eye consciousness cannot arise and also cannot perform the function of seeing. That is why the eye sensitivity has the controlling power. In this way, 5 sensitivity have the controlling power on the coexistent material phenomena. So as we have said, in the first lesson of this chapter, the materialities are arising together. They are not arising in the single as a single item. They are arising in the group. So when they arise, they have the accompanying materialities. So when they arise together, the five sensitivity, etc., they have the controlling power on the coexistent material phenomena in respective function. So we understand the 8 have the controlling powers. That's why they are regarded as the Indriya Rupa. And sexual phenomena, they control the masculine or feminine feature. So inside our body, for the male person, the masculinity of materialities, and for the female, the femininities. They have the controlling power of the feature or trait of the man and woman in their characteristic, etc. So they are regarded as two of the sexual phenomena are regarded as the faculties, Indriya Rupa, and the life faculty. So life faculty have the controlling power of the coexistent material phenomena along the living, along the period of life, our life living period. So the life phenomena arising and life phenomena supported by the controlling power. So the Jivita Rupa, Jivitendriya Rupa, Jivita Rupa or Jivitendriya Rupa. So in their name, in its name, it included the Indriya Rupa. So the Jivitendriya Rupa. It is compared to the water in the water in the lotus stalk. So in the lotus stalk, so water is there. So that water control the power to lift the lotus plants. And also it keep the lotus fresh. So that's why Jivita inside our materiality. So it control the coexistent material phenomena to be fresh or to alive. That is why the Jivita or life phenomena also regarded as the faculties, materialities, or Indriya Rupa. And the 5 gross Alarika and 6 proximate Sandike, so near, and impinging Sapatika, so they are 3 because they share the same number and the same classification, the same enumeration. So the opposite are the gross and subtle, the proximate and distant, the impinging and non-impinging. So in this way, 5, 6, 7 are the same classification. So only 12 are regarded in the first group, or gross materiality 12, proximate materiality 12, impinging materiality 12. And on the other side, the rest 16 are subtle matter or distant matter or non-impinging matter. So 12 and 16. What are the gross 12? The 5 sensitivity and sense object with Visaya Rupa or Gochara Rupa. In other way, they are called the Gochara Rupa. They are objects. So sense object, sense sensitivity 5 and sense object 7 altogether, 12 are gross or proximate or impinging. And the other 16 are subtle, distant, and non-impinging. So here, the sensitive matter mean here's sensitive matter 5 and yet 7 Visaya Rupa sense object. So Rupan visible form, Sato sound, Gandho smell, rasa, taste object, and also potaba. Potaba or tangible object include the 3 elements except the water element. So the other great essential are regarded as the tangible object. In this way, we can count the sense object as 7. You know, when we count the Visaya Rupa, because we already counted the 3 elements in the great essential, so we counted as 4 in the lesson 42. So here, because we didn't count before in this classification, the great essential. That is why we have to count it. We have to put in enumeration 3 elements. In this way, we get the 12 in their name. 12 are gross, proximate, and impinging, and the rest are 16. So what are the 16? The rest, okay? So here the material phenomena which directly contribute to the arising of sense consciousness. So these 12 material phenomena directly contribute to the arising of sense consciousness. So sense consciousness, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body. So the 5 sensitive matters are being the door. They contribute to the arising of sense consciousness being the doors. And 7 sense objects, they contribute to the arising of sense consciousness being the object. So object and door. That's why only these 2 are related to the first group. And according to the name here, the gross matter does not mean the rough or big. So gross here means there is something easier to see, easier to perceive or understand or recognize. Yeah. So because the 12 materialities are regarded as the gross materiality because they are easier to cognize in the cognitive process. So easier to cognize. That is why the only 12 are gross. And also we can say that they are easier to perceive by the eye, by the ear, etc. That is why they are regarded as gross. The gross does not mean here more substantial or rougher than the others, because we cannot touch. Only the tangible object can be touched. The others' materiality cannot be touched. That is why gross does not mean not rougher or not bigger in the sight. A gross means the potential which make easy to see, easy to perceive. That is the meaning of gross. And also proximate and distant also. The sandike, proximate means near. So near, easy to see, not really a measurement in distance. It refers to the potential easy to, which make easy to see. They are named as the proximate sandike rupa. And the others are distant, not really far away, because they also arise inside the body, inside the eye. So they are not really far away, arise in far distance. So not easy to see, not easy to cognize. That is why they are dure rupa. And impinging or sapatika rupa, so impinging or with impingments, so come to contact. So they come to contact. So eye sensitivity and visual form, they come to contact. Ear sensitivity and sound, they come to contact. That is why only the 12 materialities are regarded as the impinging materiality, and the other are not come to contact. That is why they are a non-impinging materialities. So we already know the 12 for the first group. What are the 16 for second group? They are very beneficial. If we continue to the advanced level of Abhidhamma study, we have to know what are the 16 Sukkuma Rupa subtle. In the advanced Abhidhamma, they are a very useful classification. They come in this group in the enumeration. So leader by the water element as a great essential, Abodhadu, the first one, and starting from the group number 4, the sexual phenomena, etc. All other materialities are regarded as the subtle, distant, and non-impeding. Okay, so let's continue, and not difficult if you already know the enumeration of 28 materiality, and you can easily catch this meaning. And number 8, clan 2 and not clan 2. So clan 2, Upadana Rupa, and not clan 2, Anupadana Rupa. So here, Upa and Adana. Upa and Adana. So they are clan 2. Upa, approach. And let's see first the enumeration. And 18 types of material phenomena, born or karma, are clan 2. So the materiality, 18 are clan 2, Upadana Rupa, and the rest 10 are not clan 2. So why the 18 are called clan 2 or regarded as clan 2? Because they have been acquired as a fruit of karma. So as the fruit of karma mean they are produced by karma. So in this case, we have to be careful about the meaning. So fruit of karma, 18 materialities are regarded as the materiality of clan 2, Upadana Rupa. So here, the karma motivated by craving and round view. Karma motivated by craving and round view. So karma is approached by craving and round view. Karma is approached by craving and round view because, you know, as long as we have the craving and round view, we are performing the karma, wholesome karma, unwholesome karma. So that's why karma is motivated by the craving and round view. Sometimes, you know, that for some noble person, after the attainment of the first stage of enlightenment, they eradicate the round view, no more round view, but still they have the craving. And that's why they perform the karma, or good or bad, more by the force of the craving. So karma can be understood something it is approached by the craving and round view. That's why Upa Adana, Upa is approached. And karma born matter are produced by the karma. So here, the karma born matters are produced by the karma. So the karma born matters are regarded as the matter which is taken by the karma. So Adana, clan. So taken by or clan by the karma, or by the karma as it is resolved. So maybe it is a little bit confused for you, because this explanation of this meaning come through the wall formation of the Upadana. So Upa and Adana is taken as it is resolved. By what mean? By karma. So removing the Upa, and we can understand the karma born matter are taken, Adana and clan 2, by the karma as it is resolved. And Upa is approached. So approach means the karma is approached by the craving and round view. In this way, 18 types of material phenomena are regarded as clan 2, Upadana Rupa. And so in the next chapter, Upadana Rupa, here karma bhumeda, kamacha rupa, we will discuss in the next lesson. When we're talking about the Kamacha Rupa or the four origination of the Rupa, we have to talk about the Kamacha Rupa, Kama born matter, the materiality born of Kama. So 18 matters are produced by Kama. They are called the Kamacha Rupa. The first one, sorry. The first group, heart-based and faculties. So the faculty Rupa, we already know the faculty Rupa 8. So heart-based and faculties are definitely produced by the Kama. So produced by only Kama. And the other inseparable 8 and space, they are 9. So these 9 materialities are produced by 4 types of condition. That's why they are 4 types, including the Gamma. That's why if we count 2 groups together, there are 18 Rupa born of Gamma. So here the born of Gamma only 9. And so what are the 9? So heart-based and 8 faculties, 5 sensitivities, sensual phenomena, and life phenomena already counted. So 8 faculty and heart-based are born of Kama only, Kama born matter. And the other born of 4 causes. Here also the Kama is as a cause. So if we count all Kama born matter, we get 18. That's why 18 Kama born matters are regarded as the Upadana Rupa, the materiality clan 2. And the number 9, the visible Sanidasana Rupa, visible materiality and non-visible materiality. As you know, only the visible form can be seen. That is why the visible materiality is only 1, and the rest 27 are non-visible. So this is very easy classification. And okay, so the Gochara Kahika Rupa, so materiality that takes object, this is called the Gochara Kahika Rupa. Here, the word Gochara and Kahika. Gochara is Aramana, same as the Aramana. This is the object. Kahika means something which take the object. So Gochara Kahika Rupa. And there are 5 materialities, and the others are Gochara Kahika Rupa. So 5 sensitivities, Basada Rupa, only 5 are Gochara Kahika Rupa. Here, the 5 sensitivity, let's see there, eye and ear. You know that in the single form materiality, we already understand all materiality are anaramana, objectless. They cannot take object. Here, Gochara Kahika, what does it mean? They cannot take the object directly, but they can be the media in the function of taking objects. That is why they are regarded as the Gochara Kahika Rupa, not because they can take the object directly. Here, eye and ear as not reaching their object. So eye does not reach to the visible form when we see, and ear also does not reach to the object or sound when we hear. So sometimes, you know, the wave of the sound, the wave caused by the sound come to the ear, and then they hit to the eardrum, and then we hear. But actually, the real sound is not there, not come to the ear. Real sound arise and disappear at the same place where it arises. Just the wave come into the ear, come to touch to the eardrum. That is why eye and ear not reaching their object, but they can be the media to take the object. And the other 3 of the nose, tongue, and body sensitivity, they as reaching, so they can be the medium of to take the object as reaching their object. It means when the smell touch to your nose sensitivity, you get smell. When the taste touch to your tongue sensitivity, you get the taste and you know the taste. And when something touch to your body sensitivity, that's why these three sensitivity reaching the object to the sensitivity. This is the difference between ear, eye, ear, and the other three. So their objects are heard through directly touch. And in Pali, the first group of eye and ear are called the asampata. So the objects are non-contiguous. And the other three are sampata. So they are reaching out. This is the classification of the number 10. And the last one. So inseparable, avunibhoga rupa and separable vinibhoga rupa cannot divide it, and something can be divided. So we already talk about that. The color, smell, taste, nutritive essence, 4. And the 4 derivative matter, or according to the Sarah Usilananda, is dependent matter, not derivative matter, the dependent matters of the 4 and the 4 great essential. So these cannot be separated, cannot be divided. So these come always together. That is why they are inseparable materiality. So when we study about their cluster, material cluster, and the smallest cluster composed of the 8 materiality of inseparable matters. So the rest 20 are separable matters. And here inseparable, why they cannot be separated? Because they are always bound together. And they are present in material phenomena from the simplest to the most complex, mean every material group, in every material group or in every material cluster, they can be found. So this is their nature. So nobody made it to be inseparable. They come in the nature of inseparable. That is why they are regarded as inseparable materiality. And here we count when we study about the material cluster. Here the pure cluster of the Sudataka Kalapa, or the also in other name, the group or nutritive essence as 8, Ojatamaka. So they are 8 come together. The last one is nutritive essence. If we count the great essential from beginning, so nutritive essence is the last one. That's why Ojatamaka. So these are the name of the avunibhoga rupa, inseparable materialities, the group of materiality, because they are cannot be separated. So this is the last classification shown in this session. Then let's continue to complete the classification shown in, it is described in the first session. First session, when it is called, the Anurura Mahathira is playing some nature, counting enumeration of the materiality in manifold. So he described in first session. So 4 great essential. This is already finished in the former lesson. So 4 great essential and 14 materialities, altogether 18 are regarded as the concretely produced matter, Nibbana Rupa, and the other 10 are regarded as non-concretely produced matter, Anibbana Rupa. Based on this classification, there are other a name of the classification also come in the Abhidhamma Sangaha. So the 18 Nibbana Rupa are regarded in other name Sabhava Rupa. So here, Sabhava Rupa, Sabhava is nature. So the matter possessing intrinsic nature. And Salakana Rupa, the matter possessing real characteristic. And Nibbana Rupa already finished. And Rupa Rupa. So when we repeat any word 2 times and more, we emphasize on that. That is why here, Rupa Rupa means real matter or material matter. Material matter means real matters. So sometimes we call this dukkha dukkha, etc. The real suffering. And Samasana Rupa here, matters to be comprehended by the insight, by insight knowledge. Okay, so let's continue to understand by the nature. So why they are called, 18 matters are called the Sabhava Rupa. So they have their own nature, own characteristic. Only 18. The other 10, they don't have own nature, they don't have their own characteristic, because starting from the limitation phenomena, Akasa Dhatu. So Akasa Dhatu is the space between 2 clusters. So when the materiality arises, they arise in the group, and another group arises. Between 2 groups or 2 clusters, there is space. Without the space, we cannot divide it. So there must be space. The space is regarded as the limitation phenomena or materiality. So it does not have its own characteristic, depending on 2 clusters or 2 other materiality groups. That is why the other 10 are they don't have their own nature of the characteristic. That's why they are not Sabhava Rupa. Only the 18 are regarded as Sabhava Rupa. And Salakana Rupa, the matter possessing real characteristics. So here, they have the 3 characteristics of impermanent, suffering, or non-self. So for the space, although it is materiality, it does not have the nature of impermanent, suffering, or non-self. On the other hand, only the 18 materiality have the 3 phases of arising, present, and disappearance. But the other 10 does not have arising, present, and disappearance. So space is there. So with the arising of the 2 groups of materiality, we understand the space. Okay, so in this way, only the 18 are regarded as the Salakana Rupa. The other are not Salakana Rupa. And only the 18 are produced by the concretely produced matter, because they produce by 4 causes of matter. So Kama, Chitta, Udu, Ahara, 4 causes of matter. What about the 10? So the other 10 are not produced by 4 causes directly. When the appearance of the 18 materiality of concretely produced matter and they arise, not directly produced by the 4 causes. That is why only 18 are concretely produced matter. And only 18 are real matter. So Rupa Rupa, material matter means real matter, because they possess the matter's essential characteristic. So why we call the matter the third ultimate reality is it has the characteristic of undergoing deformation. So deformed by the condition. That is why they are called Rupa. So only 18 have the real nature and also essential characteristic of undergoing deformation. That is why the only 18 are real matter. The other are not real matter in this way. And Samasana Rupa, the only 18 materiality can be comprehended by insight knowledge. So if you practice the Vipassana meditation, you have to know this, this explanation. Because if you try to focus on the other 10 materiality of Anipanna Rupa by the insight knowledge, you cannot be successful, because the insight knowledge focus on the nature of the three characteristics of impermanent, suffering, and non-self. But there are only 18 have. The other 10, they don't have three nature of three characteristics of impermanent, suffering, and non-self. That is why if the meditator trying to contemplate by the insight knowledge on the materiality, he or she must focus on the only Nibbana Rupa, 18 types, only the 18 types. So to focus on the three characteristics, impermanent, suffering, and non-self. So the others, starting from the limited phenomena of space element, Akasa Dhatu, and all other 10 materialities, they don't have three characteristics. They are not the object of Vipassana meditation. They cannot be the object of Vipassana meditation. So this is how we can classify materiality into different types as a single fold and as a manifold. Okay, so now I'm going to stop here my explanation. Let's continue to the Q&A session. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Wandami Bante, according to the book, matter is internal because it serves as the doors for the mental phenomena. On the other hand, matter also classified as doors because it serves as the doors of cognition or media for consciousness and mental factor. Then what is the difference between these two classifications? The second question is, in Klang 2 classification, sound is not included. Why, Bante? Thank you, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So for the first question, the internal, because it serves as doors, serve as door for mental phenomena. So here we count the internal only the 5 sensitivity. So being the dogs, and so it is, the explanation is there. So why they are the doors? I want to say, on the other hand, matter also classified as door. So matter, that matter, 5 sensitivity, these 5 sensitivities are also doors. It serves as the door cognition media of consciousness, the mental factor. So I see only the same things, referring to the same things. So the 5 sensitivity are the media, and also in other way, if we talk about the door, by the name of the door, they are the door because the object seem come into the mind through the doors, and through the doors mean through the sensitivity. That's why the two sentences are a reference to the same meaning in my understanding. So the question are how you understand, or what makes you the problem? I don't know that. And okay, so for the second question, the Klang 2. So the materiality Klang 2, the sound is not included. Why? Okay, sound is not included. So sound is not produced by the gamma bond matter. Sound is produced by the consciousness and the temperature. So sound, in some case, sound is produced by the consciousness. Like when I am talking, that is produced by the consciousness. Not only the consciousness, sometimes it is produced by the temperature. So in my body, in throat and the physical body, the temperature is changing to perform this, to produce the sound. So the sound is produced by the consciousness and temperature. There's no gamma bond matter of sound, no gamma bond sound. That is why they are not Klang 2. It means here in this case, the Klang 2, the classification of Klang 2 and not Klang 2. depends on their the origination of gamma. So when if any materiality is produced by gamma, it is regarded as a clan 2 because it is claimed by the Craven and Roundview through the gamma. Actually, not the Craven and Roundview through the gamma. Okay, that is why the classification come in that way. So sound is not included. Okay, for the first question, and if you wish to discuss more, and you can send more information. And what is the different points? So I just see the same meaning. Okay, sorry. See here, the door of Mendel phenomena and the door of Mendel phenomena, and also if we classify the Mendel phenomena and consciousness and Mendel factor. So theta and theta sigma are regarded as the Mendel phenomena. That's why maybe this sentence is standard. Okay.
Says one dummy Bante. Can Bante explain further what does it mean by the matter pertains by its nature to the sense sphere in the fine material plane? Anumodami Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. So the Kama Vachara, actually we have to start from the Pali Kama Vachara. So Kama Vachara is translated as the sense sphere. So Kama is regarded as sometimes the Kama refers to the sensual craving. Sometimes the Kama refers to the sensual plane. Because sensual plane of existence and sensual craving, they are connected each other. They can be described by the Kama. So Kama and Avachara. Okay. So we understand the Kama reference to the sensual craving and sensual plane of existence. 11. So Avachara means usually happen or mostly happen. This is the meaning of the Kama Vachara. So something usually arise or usually happen in the sensual plane of existence is called Kama Vachara. And also something taken by the sensual craving is also Kama Vachara. So in these two meanings, in this case, all materialities are regarded as this Kama Vachara. So it's more clear if we use Paliwa. All materialities are regarded as Kama Vachara because they are taken by the sensual craving. So if we classify the craving into different types, sensual craving and fine material craving. So the craving related to the fine material sphere is fine material craving in this way. And immaterial craving. So all materialities are the object of sensual craving. As long as we have the sensual craving, we can crave to the materiality. But if we are able to transcend the sensual craving, if we wipe out or if we don't have sensual craving, we don't crave or we don't attach to the materiality. That is why, although the some matters arise in the fine material plane of existence, they are not included in the fine material sphere, Rupa Vachara. They are included under the Kama Vachara because they are attached by the sensual craving only. That is why when we counted all materiality as the Kama Vachara, and And when you thinking yourself and you can get confusion, why all Kama Vajra, it should be Rupa Vajra, because they are also arising in the five material plane of existence. But actually it come, although they arise. So as I mentioned, the Kama Vajra, the meaning of Kama Vajra too. So Kama Vajra arising in sensual plane, and the other meaning is it attached or taken by the sensual craving. So for the second meaning, all materialities are craved by the sensual craving. That is why all are Kama Vajra, all are regarded as the nature of sense sphere. Okay.
Wandami Siado, please explain to us the mind stay in the brain or heart. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. Okay, this is a problem. Yeah. Mind, actually, from the Vidama standpoint, mind does not stay. Mind just arise and disappear. Arise and disappear in very fast forces. So very fast moment, frequency. So every mind arising in the, as we have discussed in the cognitive process. So mind just arise and vanish. So there's no place to stay. Actually, where we have to research where the mind arises. So instead of where the mind stay, so we will discuss where the mind arises. Okay, so seeing eye consciousness through the eye door, through the eye sensitivity. Actually, the mind is not there, eye sensitivity. The mind arises just based on eye sensitivity. Through the touching of visible form and eye sensitivity, they are the condition to give rise to the eye consciousness. So where is the mind? Very difficult to say the location of the mind, but we can trace where, what is the base, or where is the base of that eye consciousness, and we found the eye sensitivity. That is why we understand the eye consciousness based on eye sensitivity. So arise in the eye or eye sensitivity, and also ear sensitivity. If we don't have eye, even the eyeball is taken out, then ear consciousness still can arise because it does not relate it to the eye. So ear consciousness arises based on the ear sensitivity, etc. In this way, so eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, they have their own sensitivity. There's respective sensitivity. They are the base of the mind, the base of the consciousness. But actually, if we say, we know something touching to me, you know, that I know something touching to me, when you are sitting there and you are touching something, and then you know that touching. It is knowing the touching is the consciousness which based on the body sensitivity. So the object is tangible object and body sensitivity coming together, and that touching give rise the consciousness which know the touching. So every part of your body where the materiality caused to the mind, so their mind arise, their consciousness arise. That is why the whole body can be the place of mind or the base of mind. And for the heart, another types, you know, that if you review in the chapter 3, and some consciousness based on the physical base, eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body. And the other consciousness of the 76, they just based on the heart. They just based on the heart. And sometimes that's not based on the heart. That is why. So if we say the consciousness arises based upon the heart, and the heart must be location of the mind to arise. But mind is not staying all the time and just arising and vanishing all in the process. So instead of thinking about mind is there, so mind, we have to consider from the Abhidhamma standpoint, where is the base, the mindset might arise? Where is the base of the mind? So in this way, so the brain, for the brain, there must be only one type of consciousness. So touching, if you know touching inside your body and focusing on the brain wave or brain, the physical brain, and the brain must be the base of the physical, the base of the body consciousness, but the other consciousness based on the heart. Okay, so this is the discussion related to this question. Okay, so thank you for your participation, and let's make inspiration and let's share our merit. So please repeat after me. Imina punya kamina.
Imina punya kamina.
Mami pala samagamo.
Mami bala samagamo.
Satam samagamo hotu.
Satang samagamo hotu.
Yawa nibbana patiya.
Yawa nibbana patiya.
Idame punyam asawakya wahang hotu.
Idame punyang asawakayang wahang hotu.
Idame punyam nibbana sapajayo hotu.
Idame punyang nibbana sapajayo hotu.
Mama punya bhagam.
Mama punya bhagam.
Sabha satanam bhajemi.
Sabha sattanang bhajemi.
Te sabbe.
Te sabbe.
Me samam.
Me samang.
Punya bhagam labantu.
Punya bhagang labantu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.